There comes a moment in every life when you realize something deeply important. You have been giving the world your energy, your love, your time, but you have not been giving enough of it to yourself. You've been waiting for permission to shine. You've been hoping someone else would recognize your worth. But today, I'm here to remind you, you do not need permission to be powerful. It's time to focus on you, not in a selfish way, but in a sacred way. Because when you value yourself, you teach the world how to treat you. When you honor your time, your dreams, your voice, you become unstoppable. The truth is, no one will ever value you more than you value yourself. That is not a tragedy. It is a responsibility and a gift. Some of you have been distracted by comparison. Looking left, looking right, wondering why someone else's journey looks brighter. But the moment you focus on your own lane, your own purpose, your own calling, that's when your life begins to transform. Focus is the bridge between wishing and becoming. And valuing yourself means understanding that your story matters. Your failures were lessons. Your pain was preparation. Your struggles were shaping your strength. Nothing was wasted. Every tear, every setback, every delay was guiding you toward the person you were meant to become. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need approval to be valuable. You were born enough. And the day you believe that, truly believe it, is the day your life shifts. So start today. Protect your energy. Guard your dreams. Speak kindly to yourself. Say no without guilt. Say yes to growth. Invest in your mind. Feed your soul. And walk forward knowing that you are not waiting for your destiny. Your destiny is waiting for you. It's time to focus. It's time to value yourself, and it's time to rise. There is a powerful truth that can change your entire life the moment you truly understand it. Your self-worth begins within. It does not come from applause, achievements, relationships, or recognition. It is not something the world hands to you. It is something you decide for yourself. The moment you realize that your value is not dependent on external validation, you reclaim your power, your confidence, and your peace. Many people spend their lives chasing approval. They work harder than necessary, give more than they can afford, stay in places that drain them, and silence their own voices, all because they hope someone will finally say, "You are enough." But the truth is, no amount of praise from the outside can fill the emptiness created by self-doubt on the inside. Until you learn to recognize your own worth, you will always be searching for it in places where it does not exist. Self-worth begins when you look at yourself with honesty and compassion. It means accepting your strengths without arrogance and acknowledging your flaws without shame. It means understanding that being imperfect does not make you unworthy. Every human being is a work in progress, and your value does not decrease because you are still growing. When you stop demanding perfection from yourself, you start discovering your true potential. Valuing yourself also means setting boundaries. When you know your worth, you no longer allow people to misuse your time, disrespect your feelings, or drain your energy. You learn to say no without guilt and yes without fear. Boundaries are not walls that keep people out. They are doors that allow only the right people in. They are proof that you respect yourself enough to protect your peace. Another essential part of self-worth is the way you speak to yourself. Your inner voice shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, your mind will believe it. But when you choose to replace self-criticism with self-encouragement, everything begins to change. Speak to yourself as you would speak to someone you love. Offer yourself kindness, patience, and understanding. The relationship focus is one of the most powerful forces you possess, yet it is often the most neglected. In a world full of noise, distraction, and constant comparison, the ability to focus has become a rare skill. But here's the truth: where your attention goes, your life grows. When you learn to direct your focus with intention, you unlock the power to transform your dreams into reality. Most people drift through life reacting instead of creating. They wake up and immediately give their attention to social media, other people's opinions, daily problems, and endless distractions. Their energy is scattered, their goals are unclear, and their progress feels slow. But the moment you decide to focus, truly focus, everything begins to shift. Focus turns chaos into clarity and effort into achievement. Focus begins with vision. You cannot concentrate on a destination you have not defined. When you know what you want, your mind becomes a magnet pulling opportunities, ideas, and inspiration towards you. Without vision, your focus dissolves into confusion. With vision, every step you take gains purpose. That is why successful people are not necessarily more talented than others. They are simply more committed to their direction. Discipline is the companion of focus. Motivation may come and go, but discipline keeps you moving forward even when you feel tired, uncertain, or discouraged. Focused individuals understand that progress is built in small daily actions, repeated with consistency. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They create momentum through commitment. This is how ordinary effort becomes extraordinary success. Focus also requires letting go. You cannot move forward while holding on to distractions, past failures, or the fear of judgment. Every time you give your attention to what does not serve you, you steal energy from what could change your life. Learning to say no to distractions is a powerful act of self-respect. It means choosing your future over temporary comfort. One of the greatest enemies of focus is comparison. The moment you start measuring your progress against someone else's journey, your attention shifts away from your own path. You begin to doubt your pace, your process, and your potential. But your journey is uniquely yours. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, instead of competing with others, you create a life that is authentic and fulfilling. Focus is not just about achieving external goals, it is also about inner transformation. When you focus on gratitude, your heart becomes lighter. When you focus on growth, your mind becomes stronger. When you focus on solutions, your problems become smaller. What you choose to focus on shapes your emotional and mental world. Transformation does not happen overnight. It is the result of steady attention, repeated effort, and unwavering belief. A focused mind sees possibilities where others see obstacles. A focused heart stays committed even when results are not immediate. And a focused spirit knows that setbacks are not stop signs, but lessons guiding you forward. So choose your focus wisely. Give your energy to your dreams, your growth, your healing, and your purpose. Guard your attention like a precious resource, because it is. When you master your focus, you master your direction, and when you master your direction, you transform your life. Focus is not just a skill. It is the gateway to your transformation. One of the greatest thieves of joy, confidence, and peace is comparison. The moment you begin measuring your life against someone else's, you surrender your power and forget your own uniqueness. Every person walking this earth has a different story, a different starting point, a different pace, and a different purpose. Yet, many people spend their lives chasing someone else's destination, wondering why their journey looks different. The truth is simple. Your path was never meant to look like anyone else's. Comparison often begins innocently. You scroll through social media, watch someone else succeed, hear about another person's achievements, and suddenly your own progress feels small. You start doubting your abilities, questioning your timing, and wondering if you are falling behind. But what you see is only a highlight reel, not the full story. Behind every success is struggle. Behind every smile is a challenge, and behind every victory is a journey you did not witness. When you compare your beginning to someone else's middle, you create unnecessary pressure. You forget that growth takes time. A seed does not become a tree overnight. Every person evolves through seasons of learning, failing, rebuilding, and rising. Your season may look different, but that does not make it wrong. It makes it real. Your journey is sacred because it is yours. The lessons you learn, the obstacles you face, and the pace you move at are all designed to shape the person you are becoming. When you constantly compare, you block your own blessings. You become so focused on someone else's life that you fail to notice the opportunities in your own. Comparison also weakens self-worth. You begin to believe that your efforts are not enough, your dreams are too small, or your progress is too slow. But the measure of your success is not someone else's timeline. It is the courage you show, the growth you achieve, and the persistence you embody. True success is personal, not public. Stopping comparison requires self-awareness. It means catching yourself when your mind starts wandering into someone else's story, and gently bringing it back to your own. It means celebrating others without feeling threatened. Someone else's success does not reduce your potential. It expands the possibilities of what is achievable. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to comparison. When you focus on what you have, instead of what you lack, your heart shifts from envy to appreciation. You begin to see how far you have come, how much you have grown, and how many blessings already surround you. Gratitude reminds you that your life is not lacking, it is unfolding. Another key to breaking free from comparison is self-trust. Trust that your timing is perfect. Trust that delays are not denials. Trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. When you trust your journey, you stop rushing, forcing, and doubting. You move forward with confidence, knowing that every step is leading you where you need to be. Remember, the world does not need another version of someone else. It needs the truest version of you. Your voice, your vision, your creativity, and your presence are irreplaceable. When you stop comparing, you start creating. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. When you stop doubting, you start becoming. So release the habit of comparison. Honor your pace. Celebrate your progress. Embrace your process. Because the moment you accept your journey, you unlock your freedom. And in that freedom, you rise into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. There is a hidden purpose behind every experience you have ever lived. Nothing in your life happened without meaning, even when it felt unfair, painful, or impossible to understand. Your past, with all its struggles, mistakes, heartbreaks, and victories, was not designed to break you. It was designed to build you. Every chapter you have lived has prepared the power you carry today. Many people look back at their past with regret. They replay failures, lost opportunities, wrong decisions, and painful memories, believing those moments define them. But your past is not your identity, it is your education. Every setback taught you resilience. Every disappointment taught you patience. Every rejection taught you self-worth. Every tear taught you compassion. The experiences that once hurt you later become the wisdom that guides you. Strength is not born in comfort. It is created in challenge. You did not become strong because life was easy. You became strong because you survived what you once thought you could not. The battles you fought in silence, the days you pushed forward despite fear, and the moments you chose hope over surrender, all shape the courage you carry now. Your power is not accidental, it is earned. Sometimes we wish we could erase parts of our past. We believe that if things had gone differently, we would be happier, more successful, or more confident. But removing those experiences would also remove the growth they produced. You cannot rewrite your story without losing the lessons that made you wise. Every scar is proof that you healed. Every failure is proof that you tried. Every struggle is proof that you refused to give up. Your past also prepared your purpose. The challenges you faced often reveal the mission you are meant to fulfill. The pain you endured gives you the ability to understand others deeply. The obstacles you overcame equip you to guide someone else through theirs. Your story becomes your strength, and your strength becomes someone else's hope. However, honoring your past does not mean living in it. You can appreciate the lessons without remaining trapped in the memories. The past is a teacher, not a home. It shaped you, but it does not have the right to limit you. Once you extract the lesson, you must release the experience and step forward into the life that awaits you. Forgiveness is another powerful key to unlocking the power of your past. Forgiving yourself for mistakes and forgiving others for pain allows you to free your heart from emotional chains. When you hold on to guilt or bitterness, you carry yesterday's weight into today's opportunities. But when you forgive, you reclaim your energy and open space for growth, peace, and progress. Your past also gives you perspective. What once seemed like the end was often the beginning. What once felt like loss was sometimes redirection. When you look back, you realize that many of the things you cried over were stepping stones, leading you to where you are now. This perspective gives you faith that whatever you face today will also serve a purpose. You are not the person you used to be, and that is your greatest victory. Growth is evidence of transformation. The version of you who once doubted, feared, and struggled has evolved into someone wiser, braver, and more aware. That is the gift your past gave you. So honor your past, learn from it, and then let it fuel your future. Do not hide your story. Own it. Celebrate it. Because your past did not destroy you. It prepared you. And the power you carry today is proof that you were always stronger than you knew. There is a truth so simple, yet so difficult for many to accept. You are already enough. Not when you achieve more, not when you look different, not when you earn more, not when others approve of you, but right now, exactly as you are. This understanding is the foundation of real confidence, lasting peace, and authentic happiness. From a young age, many of us are taught to believe that worth must be earned. We grow up chasing grades, praise, success, beauty, and recognition, believing that once we reach a certain level, we will finally feel valuable. But that finish line keeps moving. No matter how much you achieve, there will always be another goal, another expectation, another comparison. When worth is tied to achievement, peace becomes temporary. When worth is rooted within, peace becomes permanent. Being enough does not mean you stop growing. It means you grow from a place of self-love instead of self-rejection. There is a powerful difference between improving yourself because you hate who you are and improving yourself because you honor who you are becoming. One path leads to exhaustion. The other leads to fulfillment. When you accept that you are already enough, growth becomes joyful, not desperate. Many people struggle with feelings of inadequacy because they focus on their flaws more than their strengths. They magnify their mistakes and minimize their victories. But perfection was never the requirement for worthiness. Humanity itself is proof of imperfection. You are valuable not because you are flawless, but because you are real, evolving, and unique. No one else carries your exact voice, your exact vision, your exact spirit. That alone makes you irreplaceable. Understanding that you are enough also changes how you allow others to treat you. When you believe in your worth, you no longer tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or neglect. You stop begging for attention, love, or validation. You attract relationships built on respect, not dependency. You become a partner by choice, not by need. This shift is life-changing. Self-acceptance also frees you from the exhausting habit of pretending. Many people wear masks to fit in, to be liked, to avoid rejection. But pretending disconnects you from your authentic self. The moment you embrace who you are, without apology, you step into freedom. Authenticity becomes your greatest power. The world responds to truth far more than performance. It is also important to understand that being enough does not mean you will never feel doubt. Confidence is not the absence of insecurity. It is the decision not to let insecurity control your actions. There will be days when you question yourself, but the difference now is that you no longer believe those doubts define you. You observe them, learn from them, and move forward anyway. Another beautiful outcome of knowing you are enough is gratitude. You stop chasing constant validation and start appreciating your journey. You celebrate small wins. You recognize your effort. You acknowledge your growth. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into meaningful experiences and reminds you that life is happening for you, not against you. Finally, knowing you are enough inspires others. When you walk in self-worth, You give silent permission for others to do the same. You become a living example that confidence does not come from external approval, but from internal acceptance. Your presence becomes powerful, not because you demand attention, but because your authenticity commands respect. So remind yourself every day, I am enough. Not because I have everything, but because I am everything I need to begin. Your journey is valid. Your voice matters. Your dreams are worthy, and your existence itself is proof that you are already enough. As we come to the end of this message, remember this. Everything you need to rise, to heal, to grow, and to succeed already lives within you. Your worth is not outside of you. Your focus is not outside of you. Your power is not outside of you. It has been within you all along, waiting for the moment you decide to claim it. You have learned that self-worth begins within, that focus creates transformation, that your journey is uniquely yours, that your past prepared your power, and that you are already enough. These are not just ideas to admire, they are truths to live by. When you practice them daily, they do not just change your mindset, they change your destiny. So from this moment forward, choose yourself, speak to yourself with kindness, trust your path, protect your focus, honor your story, release comparison, rise above doubt, and remember that every step you take in self-belief moves you closer to the life you deserve. Do not wait for the world to recognize your value. Recognize it yourself. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Do not wait for permission. You are the permission. It is time to focus. It is time to value yourself. And it is time to become the powerful version of you that has always been waiting to emerge. Your journey begins now, and the world is ready for who you are about to become.